Hello everyone, and today I'll be reading a Matrix listener by me. So let's get into it. He didn't hide many things from him, and that was something that Muichiro was happy about. He knew he could trust you, to tell him when something mattered. But lately, it feels like there's been something that was wrong. Something that was out of place in your relationship. You were not as transparent as usual, and you even seemed to be avoiding him at times. Telling him that you were just tired, or maybe busy, or maybe you just wanted some time alone. And usually he would understand all of those things, but not when it's paired with some signs that something is awfully wrong and you're trying to hide it from him. He tries his best to figure out, he tries his best to ask, but it seems like you're unrelenting, and that you're not going to tell him anything anytime soon. So he gives up on that approach and thinks that it's simply something that you may be hiding from him for a time being, and once you're comfortable with it, you will come forward and tell him the truth. You should do that, and that's what he expects from you. But little does he know, it's way bigger than what he imagines, and it is something that was far scarier as well, for both of you. In reality, you were only terrified of telling him about your illness, because he knew he would probably feel guilty about not being there for you, even though he had no choice really. And also, the thing is, he didn't want him to spend the last moments and days that the two of you would have in absolute fear of when you would go away. He wanted their days to be happy, filled with joy, and for him to live without that worry nagging at him, bothering him, and scaring him. So of course, you felt justified in your need to hide it. But little did you know, it would hurt him way more for him to be so not accustomed to be without you, only for you to be suddenly gone from his life. Your sudden disappearance and death would hurt him far more than anything else. And that's why, when he sees how tired you are, he starts to sit you down sometimes to talk to you, even though you keep trying to avoid it. Lion, darling, if you're doing too much work around the house, or if there is something you're not telling me, I need to know. At the very least, just rest, okay? I'll do it, whatever you need me to. But I need you to rest right now. You don't look very well. Muichiro, don't worry about it. It's fine. And you're not making me work around the house. I want to. And he just sighs, hugging you tightly, and leaning down to kiss your cheek. Please, Wayan. Please. Just listen to me for a day or two, and maybe you'll get better. And you decide to just humor him, and you hoped that at least he would look a little bit better for 2 days before it all goes back down. But, frankly, it seems like your illness was progressing at a faster rate than you had predicted. And even though you're resting and doing nothing, you feel very exhausted, and you start coughing. Sharp coughs that make your body tremble and shake from how strong they are, hurting your throat as well. He would make you tea, and he would take care of you. But he figures that you're not getting better, and there must be something that you're hiding from him. And it's painfully obvious once he actually asks you whether you need a doctor or not, and you seem to wince. I don't think there's going to be a need for that, Muichiro. I would rather we just, you know, deal with it ourselves. I'm sure we can, Muichiro. And then he looks at you, and you can tell that you're trying not to meet his eyes. So he sits next to you, with a solemn look in his eyes. Oyan, if you are hiding something from me, I would suggest you tell me right now, he says, holding your hand gently and squeezing it. And you look at him, ashamed of yourself and unsure of what to say. After all, it seems like you've been hiding way too many things. And this is an important thing too. And you want to tell him, but you're scared. You're scared of his reaction. You're scared of what's going to happen to you. Both of you. And what is left of your days. Muichiro, promise not to get mad at me. You tell him. And he promises to try his best. And you know that's the best you're going to get from him. After all, he doesn't want to lie to you. And he doesn't know what you will say will make him mad. So you wrap your arms around him, mirroring your face into his chest, as you whisper, I have an illness, and I don't have long left. You whisper, and those words alone are more than enough to break his heart. Lion, you know what you're saying, right? Are you sure about that? I am. I asked multiple doctors, and they said the same thing. There is nothing left for me. Nothing they can do. You say to him, and he tries his best not to cry as he holds you closer, and he kisses your forehead. I don't blame you. If I were you, I would be anxious too. But you're doing great. And I'm proud of you, Lion. You're strong. Stronger than I'll ever be. You know that, right? You're just saying that. But I mean it, Lion. You're brave and strong. And I promise you, I'll be there for you every single day. For every single moment. Until our last. You hug him tighter, crying into his shirt, while he just keeps holding you. Those emotions inside of him, they try to tear him apart, but he knows that he has to be strong for you while he can. He has to be someone you can rely on until your last moments, and he will do his best to be that, because it's the least you deserve. And right now his priority was to make sure that your last moments are happier ones.